Off-Road Championship. Springboks Carolyn and Skolthammer announced their joint retirement from competitive racing. Fellow Springbok Jeremy Davies puts in a final sprint for the national championship title. Yet more drama for Klaus Degener and Robin Yates in the Duckham's Chenoweth. And a last-ditch effort among championship contenders in the two-wheeler categories. Total invites you to sit back and enjoy the action and the excitement from the Wreckers Thaba Nchu Sun 500, the final round of the Total GTE Off-Road Championship. For the best in motorsport action, turn to Total. Thaba Nchu, big sky country and a magnificent backdrop for this last event of the season. As usual, pre-race paddock activity was high, with competitors attending to those last-minute details which could make or break their race for them. With championship points in some categories depending on this last event, nothing could be left to chance. Machines were checked and rechecked a dozen times. As was usual with off-road racing, everyone pitched in to help and assist drivers and riders before the race. Among the 200s, Richard Manning has dominated this season, with his fine overall win in the Toyota 1000 Desert Race contributing to his healthy position. However, Chris Dodd wasn't that far behind him and still stood a chance of beating Manning.
I'm the only really worry that Richard does have, because he dropped one race over the whole year, so with the dropping some points, if he finishes in with the points, then he'll take the championships. If he doesn't finish, I've got to actually win, so there's a chance.
But Winston Yamaha rider Manning didn't intend throwing this race away and was in fine form during Friday's speed trial. Chasing Manning was Alex Valls Jr. on the Antilex Dairy Kawasaki.
I've just won the Enduro Championship last weekend in Elands Valley, and I think my chances are pretty good of doing well here, so hopefully I can make it a double.
Steve Parker and VZ Van Zyl led their class throughout the year, and with the championship in the bag, the pair didn't need to pitch for this event. Derek Pinoy and Antoine Mering did well at the Roof of Africa in their Class 2 Beetle, and sharing the driving now expected another good result.
We got a very good chance of winning Class 2, and even category if we don't have any problems with the car. We're as competitive as anything in our category. The American cars are a little bit quicker in the rough, but we're not too worried about them.
Wilfried Veslau and Dagmar Blankner haven't done as well as expected this year, but nevertheless they gave it all they had for this final race. Jeremy Davies had a bad start to the season when he injured his knee, but a good finish at the roof and a win at the Thaba Sun 500 boosted his points, and the championship was his if he finished this event. Anthony Taylor on the Vibro Bricks Suzuki had a bad fall during the speed trial, but kept on going.
Yeah, I hit a sheep about 15 k's, 20 k's into the second section. I went down quite hard, and I've tweaked my wrist, I think, so I don't know I hope it's right for tomorrow. Just a bit sore at the moment.
Team Green Kawasaki rider Jannie de Bruin led the class all year before the return of Davies, and now in third place was taking it easy.
Die hoofdoel is om klaar te maak. Ek moet goed klaar maak om punte te kry, so dis die hoofdoel. Fietsen probeer spaar en klaar te maak, maar ja, gaan voluit daarvoor.
On his Truck Africa KTM, Davies, South Africa's only Total Paris Le Cup rally entrant, displays his superb riding style, despite a slight miscalculation.
I must finish today, but it's also a problem to finish sometimes. When you go there to finish, it's more difficult than winning, but I'm here to do well, and I'll do my best.
In the commercial vehicle category, Alfred van Vuren and Piet Pelzer have had no opposition this year. The Toyota Hilux featuring well at every event. Among the Class 6 buckies, Philip Milan and Richard Leek in their Toyota Hilux were out to beat the competitors Rainer Meintjes and Renier Jooster, the latter driving a Nissan Safari.
Soos dat dit die einde van die jaar is, voel ek moet ons net klaarmaak en ons gaan so dit aanpak en ek is oortuig hierdie wedren gaan ons goed doen want ons is regtig baie rustig.
Despite their fast pace, the Nissan team was worried about the muddy conditions.
Nee, ons het gehoor maar by die ouens en ons sien dis baie nat. So ons is maar bang vir die water. Maar ons gaan maar kyk wat gebeur vorentoe.
Mud held no terrors for the Free State team of Van Veeren and Pelser in their Sasol Toyota Hilux, who are on home turf in this spectacular part of the world.
Ek gaan nou maar kalm ry. Ek laat ek net klaar maak. Soos jy sê, ek is al wat ek nodig het. Ek moet klaar maak om my punte te hê, om al die titels te vat en niemand my kan vang. So ek gaan op my tyd ry en mooi ry. Ek net probeer dat ek seker is ek maak klaar.
Back among the 500cc motorcycles, the championship hadn't yet been won, and despite Kevin Tebbett's lead, a non-finish could have dashed his hopes. For Castrol Barberspun 500 winner Cocky Bainham, it was to be his last ride under the Pro Honda banner.
Kevin is 2 punte voor my, so die 500 klas is helemaal oop. Kevin Tebbett trend 6 punte, want hy moet nog 1 race drop, so hy is 6 punte voor my, so enigiets kan gebeur. Het gaan 'n harde race wees, ek meen, enigeen van ons 3 kan wen. Gaan maar alles gee, ek hoop ek wen.
Bad luck befell Kevin Fisher, who, although second in the championships, retired on Friday's stretch, blowing his chances completely.
I had to catch Tebbett and beat him this race to win the championship. Unfortunately, my big end on my bike put a hole in my casing, and it put me out of the race. That's it, my whole year championship gone.
Showing his speedway experience here was the ever-popular Kevin Tebbett, making this off-road business look so easy.
I will try and go win the championship, do well. I'm looking forward to it. I like this kind of country. I believe we're going on the mountains. I like it. I'm sure I'll do well.
Bucks Carolyn and Kenny Skolthammer had their Special Vehicles Championship sewn up neatly, and their Porsche-powered Castrol Raceco was ready to make mincemeat of the other competitors. Greg Weeble and Warren Claassen have shown incredible form in their debut season, with a 2nd overall at the roof, proving they've got what it takes. Raising some dust in their wake were Richard Schilling and Robbie Walk in the Motortech Raceco, who in turn were being chased by Klaus Degener and Robin Yates in the very muddy Duckham's Chenoweth.
I'm just going to go and do what I did in the roof. We're going to drive hard. I think Warren's going to navigate as well as he did in the roof, and I think that gave us a big opportunity in the roof because we never really wrong slotted, and that's how we're going to do it today. We're going to stick with the front runners and see what we can do on tomorrow. Tomorrow we race.
Some raced and some had bad luck. Class 9 driver Fast Fred Levesque had problems when his Motortech Chenoweth hit a hole and he lost a wheel. Although off-road drivers can normally make a plan, Levesque was eventually forced to concede defeat for the day and limp home on 3 wheels. Despite all this, he was back on the start line on Saturday morning on 4 wheels. Back among the Class 8 space frames, and Carolyn and Skolthammer were purring along nicely in their Raceco, despite earlier problems with ignition boxes.
Basically, I just have to finish to win the championship. It will be my 3rd championship in a row, and that equals Des Tarberton's record, and Des was always a man that I admired, and it's good enough for me.
Saturday morning's start was a 7 o'clock one, with Richard Schilling and Rob Walk leading the pack.
I believe that the second loop was really